So, guys, this video will be a little bit more interesting because we will be able to see from the kitchen the process of creating a concept for a 3D character. Yes, you probably will not see anywhere else, but this is from Gameloft, official concept art, official sketches. I received them today from the concept artist of this guy who is making this concept. His name is Valentin. He's from Romanian Gameloft studio. He's a very good artist, and now we will be able to see how everything started. So to start a 3D character as a concept, you need to make sketches. The 2D artist, he needs to make some sketches, the concept artist, and let's see those sketches. So they told him that they need a tank, a werewolf probably, and he has to be strong, he has to be fat or something, he has to be big, he has to be a drunk or so. And he did these sketches, a lot of sketches. You see, this is a lot of work. These are days of work just to get the sketches done. And this guy obviously wants to even his sketches to look good. And you see, all those sketches are looking pretty fine. And they are sketches, only sketches. They are not final characters. None of those will be made into final characters except this one, our guy. So he made those sketches, and at the end they choose one of them. I'm not sure exactly which one, but they probably chose something. Yeah, maybe they chose something like this guy. You see? Yeah, they told him, make this guy, refine it, make him with the face of, for example, this guy or something like this. Mix. Most of the time, there are mixing between those sketches. Face from this guy, weapon from this guy, and this. But basically, we see that this is the guy. The brewer. Yeah, not the bartender. No. But the other sketches look awesome also. Let's see something else. Variations of the gear, how he will dress. So when they develop the character, they say, okay, this will be the character. They started to think about how he will look. Will he have something like a chain on his neck with something? Will he have, obviously this is not now the case, but will he have some kind of an apron on him? Will he have some kind of other things? Like they are all very interesting, as I see it. Especially this one I like, with those, you see, pretty cool stuff. Amazing. Yeah, I asked him to give me these sketches, and I didn't expect for those sketches to be that well developed and so many of them. So I'm pretty surprised, and I'm pretty happy with this. And yeah, I'm sure that you will appreciate it, but this is the process of creating a character. First, sketches, approval, many sketches and stuff like this. Most of the cases, we don't have that many sketches, and they are not that well developed. But in this case, this is an amazing amazing example. Yeah, he has some other things here, very cool also, some kind of scissors or whatever. Yeah, so the face, they made development of the face. So which face it will be? They say, is it this one, a little bit more slim, fatter, thicker, or with bigger jaw here and whatever? And they stopped to probably this one. But they all have something like Google's. This one even has a gas mask. And they are all interesting. As you can see, they all have their own character. And this is something between those two, I think, but mostly this one, the 9. I don't know why they kind of wanted this one, but not this one, because this one is pretty ugly, the 5, but it's pretty cool too. So yeah, this is the development of the character itself, how the body will look, how fat he will be, how big are his feet and everything. And this is the weapon, development of the weapon. These are weapon variations, different weapons. Those looks like stoves with on wood stove, or wood, some kind of things that burn wood. You put the wood here in this, and then it burns them. But now I don't think This is the, yeah, at the end, we have something like this, yeah. Maybe this variation, yeah, this one, the 5. They choose the 5. So yeah, we have to do this hard surface modeling, a lot of it. And we will do it, no problem. Not now, of course. Let's see if something else. No, these are the sketches for the body. And at the end, colors. What colors? Yeah, they decided what shapes he will have, what equipment, and then what will be the final colors. And I think they decided for them to be this, the 2. Not the other ones, but just 2. So you see, there are a lot of effort and a lot of time going into making a concept. And then, of course, from the beginning of making the concept to the end, to this kind of a finished concept with all the glamour and stuff, it probably took around maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure, but it's a lot of time. And then, for me to make this character, if I wasn't recording the videos, of course, it will take me about 2 weeks also to make it, and then 2 weeks for the animation. So for one character, more than a month and a half will be needed for one character to be done. Of course, at the same time, you can have 2 character artists, 2 concept artists, and you can do 2 characters or even more in 1 month and a half. You don't need to make only 1 character at this time. I will, by the way, dig a little bit in here. Why am I doing this? Because in the low poly, I want to have polygons here inside. So when he lifts his arm, I don't want those polygons to stretch too much. This is just purely for practical purposes. I'm doing this. Then I received a letter from our animator, just a message, and she told me that this should be not connected to the body here, so I will just make it like this. They will put a bone into it and it will float in the air. Because if it's attached to the body, there will be a lot of stretch. If it's not attached to the body, then we may have some good things. So I will do it like this. It will be attached to the hand here, but to the body only in these areas here. And it will be a little bit difficult to sculpt it like this. I mean, not to sculpt it. To sculpt it, it's easy, but it will be difficult to make the low poly. But we'll have to deal with it. So we have something like chain, as you can see. And here, what are we supposed to do in the back? I'm not sure. Let's see. Yes. This is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what is this. But let's go to the chain itself. And press L, Shift D. And let me just rotate this and put it into position like this. Hopefully, this will be enough. And we will connect our chain to this one. Maybe we'll scale it down a bit. It has to be here. By the way, this particular thing, let's go to sculpt mode and make it thicker. I see this as much thicker than I see it now. This thing also, as we see from the back, will go a little bit more this way, like this. Yes. Basically, this concept is pretty interesting and pretty nice to do because it's very well made. The only problem I see is of too many non-symmetrical things, which will give us a little bit of issues. And also the low poly will be a little bit difficult, more difficult to make. Not super hard, but a little bit more difficult. A little bit more time consuming, let's say. Which is okay. We have time. I mean, these videos could take as long as we want. Because they are free. Yes, of course, I'm making them. And for me, they are not exactly free since I'm spending a lot of time And recording and speaking at the same time and working at the same time is not exactly the easiest thing, although I obviously can do it since I do all my videos and all my courses for ZBrush and from Blender now. I do them like this, so it's not a big deal for me, but it's taxing a little bit. More than 3 videos a day and I feel a little bit exhausted because of all the speaking and everything, and you have to do it quickly and your brain has to work on full capacity all the time. In 30 minutes you have to be full capacity. I hope you liked this little sneak peek into the world of characters for games. And basically every character you see in every game has been through these processes of first initial sketches just to see what we want, then refining some of the sketches, 1 or 2, probably 1, with the addition of others like this head from this sketch and everything, and then suddenly you have a character. Of course, the colors and everything, it's complicated a little bit. It's not super kind of easy and effortless like maybe some of you thought it is. It's not exactly the easiest or effortless. Nice. Effortless is cool. So I'm just refining some things that I see that are not exactly good. What is this and why is it here? Let's move it up. Press L to select it and move it up. I don't know why it was there, but obviously it shouldn't be. And here in the middle we have a problem, but yeah, let's select it again and move it up. Aha, with the clipping. I will disable the clipping for now and it connect again. So I will disable the mirror altogether. Altogether now. Altogether. Yeah, I like Beatles, by the way. If you cannot say, I like Beatles. And let's go to object mode, Control A to apply all transformations, Shift C to make sure our 3D gizmo is in the middle and whatever it has to be. And we go again here and add the mirror modifier. And now it's better. Clipping, no problem. It's looking relatively fine, although okay, it's looking good. So double click on this, move it, and let's see where we are. Okay, this is fine, but the bottom part is not fine. I'm not sure what happened here. This is interesting. Yeah, like this will be better. I will go to the vertices, select them, move them down, move those back. And yeah, this kind of things, refining those small things, will do a lot. And that's why this will not be only, you know, very fast doing of the head like the first video. No, it will be meticulous process of fixing some stuff at some point. But that's the reality that we have to deal with in the 3D character, or not only the 3D character. The environment also has this kind of thing. So if you think that it's always roses and love and everything is perfect in our world, it's not exactly. So you have to be careful. Alright, let's delete this. How do I delete it? Press L? No, I cannot press L. What's happening here? Let's see. I want to press L here. Yes, I selected X, faces, and they're deleted. And now I can go to this one and duplicate it down. Shift D, duplicate down. And of course, I will press L to select it. Yeah, I have to be in edit mode, probably to select it. And then separate selection. I want it to be a different selection, so it's okay. Now, this is fine. We don't have the band for the head, for the googles. And what I mean by that is this kind of banding here. Let me show you. This, it has to go. Okay, how do we do it? Let me try something. So I will go to object mode, mesh cylinder. Nice. Press S. No, press tab, SZ. This is fine. Then I will press 3 and X faces, X faces. I deleted the faces, press A to select everything, pull it up, S to scale it. You see where I'm going with this, right? Probably you can see already what I'm going with it. Yeah, this will be a little bit easier sometimes because this is kind of a straightforward form. So probably like this, and then I will go to sculpt mode, go to symmetry, and since I kept it in the middle, it should be okay with the symmetry. Press G and then move it inward. And I will move it until I'm happy with it. There is no way to be completely happy except if you spend a lot of time. And since I cannot spend a lot of time in these videos, since they have to be short and they have to be YouTube compatible, but I'm spending enough for me to be able to do it. Of course, we can delete the front part here, but also we could not delete it too, because it's okay. Now I will go to this one, subdivision surface, increase the size of it, and then let's press A. No, let's go to tab and then press 2 and A. 2 to select edges and then A to select everything, and Shift E, and then just make it a little bit sharper. Not too much though. I want to make it a little bit because this is rubber, or at least should be rubber, and I don't want it to be super sharp. I will push it against the head. Why am I doing this? Because I don't want distance between the googles and the head. And you will ask, but why? Because in the low poly I don't want to kind of surround it with polygons there. It's not needed. That's why I'm pushing it closer to the head. This looks fine. Let's continue on our body. And I don't know why, but something happened with some things. Okay, this one, let's see. Yeah, probably I did something, I'm not sure what, but I will fix it pretty easily. Alright, this looks much better now. Sometimes these things happen, by the way. You are doing one thing and then when you see everything, you see something is pretty much messed up. And you either have to kind of redo it and fix it, or you can go and cry somewhere, but I don't think this will be helpful to cry. So probably to just man up and fix it. Yeah. Whatever the issue was. I don't know what was the issue here, but obviously I had to fix it and I fixed it. So I would like for this head to have a bigger... Okay, I have to be able to select it here and make it like bigger. Yeah. Fatter. I was hoping not to connect the head and the body, but I'm not sure I will be able to do that because most of the time I like to make the head separate from the body. I like to separate it. But now, I don't know. Symmetrize this, symmetrize this. Okay. Yeah, some things were not exactly symmetrized, so I'm just trying to symmetrize them. Okay, this is good. Yeah, let's see the body symmetrize. And since we have a lot of polygons, symmetrizing sometimes it's a little bit slow, but it's not too much, so it's good. It's okay. Let's fix this. Since it will not be symmetrical, I can make it non-symmetrical also. But we'll see, I can just lift this belt. And those kind of adjustments we will do a lot. Or at least at some point we have to stop doing them, but probably we will do them. No matter. We just have to. They're inevitable. Inevitable. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we have this leather thing. Okay. Doesn't look half bad, I think. Looks nice. So, yeah, on this kind of series, I don't expect too many people to watch it. Why? Because the first episode, most of the time, is the most watched one. And then the next episodes are starting to fill down, and they just go into oblivion. And the whole series kind of dies. Hopefully in this case, I will be able to make something useful for everybody in each series. And this episode is one of the examples, since we saw how the concept is done, which is pretty curious. I mean, even if you're not a 2D artist, if you are a 3D artist or trying to be, you are into art. And this is pretty good art. And it's a pretty interesting thing, how a proper concept for a video game is made. We saw that. If you haven't seen that, because you skipped the first 5 minutes of the video, probably you should go back, because it's pretty interesting, I guess. For me at least, it's pretty interesting, so I guess for most people who are interested in this kind of things, this would be interesting. So let's see what the distance will be here between the belt and the belt, the two belts. It's a little bit bigger, probably, but if it's bigger, this belt will go more into his armpit, which I'm not sure I want it. I want that. So let's go and see what this is on his arm here. It's a cylinder, so I will make one. Mesh, cylinder. There are two cylinders basically, but we will make one first and then we'll make the other one. So press tab, make it smaller, and then I don't have to cut it and make thickness and everything, because the thickness will not be visible, at least for the first cylinder. The second one we'll see. I will try to adjust it and put it into position over his arm. By the way, if now, as the cylinder is kind of in the awkward angle, if you wanna increase or decrease the thickness of the cylinder without messing it up, because from here it will be messed up, you go to a polygon and then press GG. And you will be able to move it, at least for a little bit. GG is allowing you to move vertices or edges along the other edges. G once will just move, but the second time you press G, it will start moving along the edges. Oh, it's pretty useful, I think. So press A to select everything, move it here. I'm sorry about those things I'm doing, but I eat a lot sometimes and then I burp. It happens to everybody. Although I eat a lot of sweets, and I told you already about the Lindt chocolate. I adore it, especially the white Lindt. It's amazing. And I probably will die soon by insult or heart attack or whatever, because of all the sugar I eat. And I look good, yes. I don't have a overweight or something, but it doesn't matter that much. Okay, this is the basics of this guy. If we want, by the way, let me try GG, and then to make it bigger, no, we can't. So we can extrude. Basically, it's easy. And then when we extrude it, we can select this and just dissolve it. You see? Easy, easy, and also again easy. So I will select this again. By the way, no, I will not. I will go to sculpt mode and try to adjust it along the arm. And I'm trying not to make it too... I mean, yeah, I will try to keep the width of it the same everywhere. And I will keep it a little bit above the surface so we can have kind of a silhouette. I'm not sure I will surround it with polygons later, but that we will see. Maybe I will. I will surround it with a lot of polygons just to punish the people that made this possible. That put so much things on one character. If they want so much things on one character, they will have to deal with the poly count afterwards. His biceps is completely covered in this hand. I don't know why this. He has to look tanky or something, but the biceps is covered. I will go tab 3 and then I to inset here because I want to have a kind of a nice poly loop here. And also press I and again. And then I will go to tab, yes, press A and then shift D to duplicate it and place it in the same way. And yeah, now I have to scale it. But since I don't know which one, I will increase the size of this. And then let me show you how it's done. So let's press 3 here, Control plus, and then GG. It's not working. So I will delete, erase, probably I will try to erase this loop. X, dissolve edges, okay, now we can move it. So, GG, move it here, and the upper part also, erase this loop, then GG, move it, and GG. Good game, okay. This looks relatively nice. Of course, now I will scale it down. Not only this I will scale down. And this looks kind of fine. Of course, I told you I will just do this and then continue on the next thing. We have to do those things here. Do we have time? Not too much. But let's do something here. So, how do I do this? Let me show you. This thing. It will be a little difficult, but first we'll have to do one bottle. So, to do one bottle, go to object mode, mesh, cylinder. This will be our bottle. Be careful now. S to scale it down. And yeah, the polygons were turned. I will put it forward. And I want to basically make it kind of like this. Increase the size of it. Shift D to duplicate it. And this will be the cap on the top. Like this. Scale it. This is the cap on the top. Scale it down. Move it down. Press L to select everything and just scale it down and make it like this. This will be the cap. This will be our bottle. So how to make the bottle? It's pretty easy to make this kind of things. We'll have to just Control R, move this here, and for example take the top and scale it down. This will be okay. Of course we can do also Control R here, scale it down, and then for this part we can select all those polygons and extrude outward. Of course just E will not do the job, or we can do E and then S to scale it, but also not do the job. What will do the job is select them and then Alt E, extrude faces along normals. That will do the job. That'll do the trick. Now this is the bottle thing. the bottleneck like this. And probably I will move this down a bit. This has to be more round transition, but we will do it also in the bottom too. Okay, this I will press here, scale on Z-axis. Alright, looks amazing. Now I will take this one, L, move it down, scale it. Alright, so it looks almost like a bottle. It started to look more and more like a bottle, right? You don't agree with me? I agree with me. Who agrees with me? I agree with me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this bottle looks fine. Now, I will add one more loop in here and one more probably... Okay, let's try to add a subdivision surface modifier around 3 steps for now. On the top, we have to add insert here, otherwise it will not look good, and in the bottom also. So let me try to select it. Oh, from the first try, how can he do it? Who is this guy? Maradona? Probably not. We did it. Now, Alt Z again to see everything, and it's looking relatively fine. Maybe we can sharpen some areas. No, probably not. I think it's looking good. Yeah, what do you say? Looking pretty nice bottle. Except for this bottom part. It looks amazingly bad. So we will go ahead and inset here with I. Now, come on. I cannot. Okay, I don't know where to move my mouse. Okay, Control Z. I. And now it's good. Now it's good. Yeah, okay. I will do this. Then I again. I against I. And now we'll move upward. Just like this. Why am I doing this? I'm not sure. I again. Okay. Just to have this kind of view of a bottle in the bottom. It looks better. Now this is one of the bottles. We'll go ahead, press A and move it into position. You see how fast, like 3 or 4 minutes and we made the bottle. You were not expecting that, right? You will say, ah, this bottle, we have to make it for years and years. Yeah, but I don't like that. I don't like making things so slow. I like everything to be fast and efficient. That's why you like my videos, right? Yeah. Scale it a bit and it's fine. Of course, we will duplicate it and put it as another bottle. Let me see how much distance we will have here. This, and then duplicate with Shift D and put it here. The other one, maybe rotate it a little bit like this. And if we want, we can select both of them with A, and then G move them like this, and maybe scale them down a bit. Why not? Yeah, those bottles are nice. So, yeah, we're starting to get there. I will Control Alt S plus and then save us, because this is the 8th video. Of course, we are missing gloves, we are missing some other things, we are missing much more detail on the belt and other, but the pants are pretty much ready. The body is pretty good. The face is kind of, we have to refine it a little bit more. Here on the back we have more job, but basically we are going somewhere, which is good, which is amazing. See you in the next video, where we will do something else also interesting.